Color and symbolism in religion.
A Buddhist monk, a Christian priest, and an Islamic sheikh walk into a bar.
What is this, some kind of joke? Huh. Oi, fellas, how does colour and light affect your religions?
The physical properties of color and light have various roles and interrelationships within different religions, and these elements become a symbol and emphasizing tool in each religion. In many cultures, color can represent and symbolize the same ideas. Trends and the use of color and light can be very different amongst different cultures.
Exactly. And due to this difference of color, symbols, meanings, and trends, the use of color in different religions and their respected cultures will be different.
Lighting is also used differently. In each religion, lighting is used in space to emphasize and manipulate color.
Different lighting is created for certain places where it is necessary to establish a mood or ambience inside a place of worship. Rightio, fellas. Tell us some more.
The religion of Buddhism has very strong symbolic relations to color, with these symbolic ties being reflected in almost every facet of the religion through decoration, dress, and art. Blue, white, red, green, and yellow are the five main colors that have meanings, associations with elements and emotions, and also believed to have the ability to transform. The five colors on the Buddhist flag represent the colors that radiated from the body of Buddha when he attained enlightenment. The blue signifies loving, kindness, peace, and universal compassion. Yellow is symbolic of the middle path and avoiding extremes. White is symbolic of the purity of Dharma and liberation. Red symbolizes the blessings of practice, achievement, wisdom, virtue, fortune, and dignity. And lastly, orange signifies Buddha's teaching and wisdom. The lotus is an important symbol in Buddhism, with the different lotus colors representing different things. The lotus is seen as symbolic because the belief that the spirit of the best of men is spotless, like the lotus in the muddy water, which does not adhere to it. The white lotus represents the state of spiritual perfection and total mental purity. The red lotus signifies the original nature and purity of the heart. It is the lotus of love, compassion, passion, and all other qualities of the heart. The blue lotus is a symbol of the victory of the spirit over the senses and signifies the wisdom of knowledge. The pink lotus is the supreme lotus, generally reserved for the highest deity. It is associated with the great Buddha himself. Color is continuously used throughout this religion, and the element of color with light is even used to describe spiritual concepts. The Buddhist concept of the rainbow body occurs just before the last state of meditation, where matter begins to be transformed into pure light. It is said to be the highest state attainable in the realm of samsara, before the clear light of nirvana. These are artistic depictions of the rainbow body state taking place. Buddhist temples are also strong in their color symbolism, often decorated very colorfully and also incorporating sacred art such as the mandala, which uses strong color symbolism and form. Color symbolism in Christianity has progressed over many years and has changed greatly since its beginnings. Initially, symbolic colors of other religions were intentionally absent from Christianity. For example, green was banned because it was used in pagan ceremonies. Yellow was unfavorable because Greek gods were depicted with golden hair. Yellow was also seen as a colour of treachery, envy, and jealousy. The Apostle Judas wore yellow, and traitors in France had their doors painted yellow. Spanish heretics who recanted were made to wear yellow crosses. Because of these beliefs, until about the 4th century BC, white was considered the only acceptable colour. It wasn't until later that colour was introduced as Christian symbols. Based on interpretations of colours and flowers in Scripture, alongside white, the use of red, green, and black was established for general purposes, and violet was reserved for special occasions. Violet is believed to create a triangular balance with white and green, signifying the reawakening of conscience in every rite designed as an act of penitence, forgiveness, and remission of sins. Red represents the language of fire and blood and indicates burning, charity, and sacrifice. The colour that resisted the influence of religion for the longest was black. It is now the colour worn by members of the clergy and is a symbol of a minister's devotion, but for a long time it remained a symbol of hell and eternal damnation. Light is used as a symbolic tool to represent the presence of God. As the colour of light, yellow may be used to represent divinity. However, because yellow light is not pure white, it may also symbolize corruption. The colour green is the sacred colour of Islam and acts as a symbol of the religion itself. It is used vastly throughout the faith. It is suggested to be sacred because it was worn by Muhammad, the Islamic prophet, while also symbolizing life and nature. Green is used for the bindings of the Muslim holy book, the Quran, which states that ornaments shall be given to them therein of bracelets of gold, and they shall wear green robes of fine silk, and thick silk brocade interwoven with gold. This suggests that green and gold in Islamic culture symbolize colors of holiness and paradise. Within Islamic culture, the architecture of mosques is based on the important aesthetic elements of light, color, and also water. These elements are seen as very important, as light is seen by Muslims as God's face, and the light of skies and earth is seen as Allah. Colors are seen as elements that are refracted from light through water, which is the natural reflector in Islamic architecture. White symbolizes purity and peace in Islamic culture, while the color black is considered the color of mourning. It is the color worn by the devout Iranian Shia women, and the cloaks worn by Ayatollahs, the Shia clergy. Black turbans are also worn by male Sayyids, men who descended from Muhammad. Blue is a color of protection. It can be found coloring famous mosques throughout Afghanistan, Malaysia, and Egypt. The colors of the flags of the Islamic nations feature at least 2 to 4 colors that were used to symbolize the dynasties during the Middle Eastern empires that spanned from the west coast of Africa to Turkmenistan. Each dynasty carries a different color in their banners. The Umayyad dynasty flew a white banner, the Abbasid dynasty, black, and the Fatimid dynasty under a green banner. Because of the many red flags of the Persian nations, white, black, green, and red became the defining colors of Islamic nations.
Oh, I've learned so much. So each religion has developed differently and established individual beliefs. As a result, different combinations of colour and lighting are symbolic of each religion's unique identity. Catch you later, fellas.